So today we're going to be unboxing and looking at the Rockblades 2.0 to be precise. So just going to go through a bit of an unboxing first to begin with, just to show you what sort of packaging it comes in and what it consists of. So it's just got a bit of a sleeve here. Just going to remove that and take that off. And that eventually gets you to lovely packaging here. So this is essentially brand new, unopened. And just to make you aware, this isn't a sponsored video. So this is something that I paid for out of my own pocket, and it's the second one that I've paid for now because I'm such a big believer in the product. So you've got essentially a bit of a poster going through, the essentials of rock blading, just a helping hand with some of the key areas that you need to focus on. Just to talk you through techniques and things like that. So that's always quite handy if you're new to IASTM tools in general. And then you've got your main bulk of tools. So the first one's called a mallet, and this is essentially the actual workhorse, and it's what I use a lot of in the clinic here at the moment. And it's a really good sort of size and weight. It's not super light, and that's the thing with a lot of them. They're either too heavy or they're too light compared to a lot of the other IASTM tools that I've used. But this one's just got the right balance. It's also got a really nice sort of edge on it, which isn't sort of too sharp, and it's also not too rounded, where again, a lot of the cheaper sort of IASTM tools are. So this is probably the most used product in our clinic, to be very honest. It also comes with a smaller variation, which is called the mullet. And this used to previously come in a plastic in the version 1.0, but now they've got a stainless steel. So it's just essentially a smaller unit, a bit lighter than your actual workhorse here. But again, very handy for smaller extremities, when you're working on sort of hands, arms, feet, neck area, that sort of stuff. It's really good. It's also got some pointier edges, so you can actually do a bit of trigger point work if you wanted to, using these points and corners. A little handy sort of bottle opener if you ever need one, if you plan on having a beer while you're working at some point, which I don't advise you do. We've also got Rock Rub. So again, it's just a medium to apply onto when you're working with IASTM tools. So whether you use a medium such as Rock Rub, or use, in the clinic we use things like baby oil and stuff like that, whichever you use, obviously it's a good product to have, and it's included within the package, which is a nice touch. And then your final product, if I can get it out, is wipes. So they provide you with, their own set of cleansing wipes. Really good just to clean your blade. So whether you use, a flash wipe or Clinell or something like that, which we use in the clinic, they're obviously good to use just to give your blade a wipe down after every session. Also comes with a handful of sort of products and codes and things like that, and the warranty card, and some tape if you want to use tape to promote in the clinic. So you've got stickers and tape and things like that if you want to promote it within your clinic. But honestly speaking, with Rockblades, been using the main bulk of the Rockblade for probably about over a year now, and I can say honestly, it's probably the best blade that you can use. It's so efficient at what it does in terms of working that fascia in between the skin and the muscle, and it's so good at sort of not pressing too deep, but you've got that control to actually dig in a little bit deeper and change the angle if you want to sort of add more depth to it. And again, the more you become experienced in using IASTM tools, the more you'll understand sort of angles and depth and things like that. But just ergonomics of this, honestly, is worth the money, is what I can say. For how much I use it within the clinical environment, it's literally used on pretty much every single patient in some way, in some form. That includes sort of soft tissue fascial work. So definitely have a look at it. It's an option. I know there are plenty more out there. I have used cheaper versions from things like Amazon and things like that, and I can say honestly that the Rocktape blade is the best that I've used by a mile. Just in terms of weight and ergonomic in total, it's sort of the best blade. Like I said, again, it's not a sponsored or paid advert. It's just something that I think it's important to talk to therapists about, because there's a lot of detail out there. There's a lot of products out there that people can sort of use at a much cheaper cost, and I think the problem with sort of the industry is that there is sort of so much choice in products. and it's important to really understand the better ones from the bad. So, I've bought a handful of cheaper ones and I've bought a handful of expensive ones. And this, at the price it is, it's definitely it's a no-brainer, in my opinion, for how much me and my partner in the clinic use it. So have a look at them. Rockblade, Rocktape. They also do other things like rock pods. And again, we use them in the clinic for cupping therapy. The silicone is a lot easier to use than using sort of the manual plastic where you have to then pump it. So the silicone, I can just press it through, attach it onto whichever area, and I find it a lot more helpful in areas where I'm doing dynamic cupping work. So the rock pods, again, something that you might want to look at. But hopefully this video has been useful for you. If it has, would massively appreciate a comment, a like, and a subscribe to the channel. We're just starting out. We're doing more and more content on some of the products that we use within the clinic, and hopefully it will be helpful to anyone who's a therapist looking at any of these potential products that we use on a day-to-day basis. Thank you for your time. Take care. Have a good day. Bye-bye.